In a previous video, I nuanced Quinn's Etude, which was a basic MIDI file. It didn't have any performance data associated with it. For example, there were no tempo changes, there were no attack changes, no staccato, no sustained pedaling, nothing. It was just a very basic MIDI file. The composition itself was excellent. It's just the MIDI output needed some work. And what I did was I nuanced this file so that it sounded more like a performance. I added in the different tempo changes, the staccato, the sustained pedaling, which would enhance those bass notes in the left hand. I added in those attacks. So here's an example of a chord without any attack. And now here's an example of a chord with an attack. In words, attack is when we don't play that note exactly on the beat. We may be very slightly off the beat, and the same goes for a chord. When playing a chord, we most definitely don't always play all the notes of a chord at the same exact time. They may be slightly rolled or arpeggiated. So all of that makes a big difference when you're listening, when you're comparing it to a MIDI file that just has no performance data attached to it whatsoever. So I'm also going to be scrubbing Quinn's Etude, and I'm going to show you some of the really great chord progressions that he used in this piece. So that's another good thing about music scrubbing, is that you can find new information about your piece that you otherwise wouldn't have discovered before. Music scrubbing also allows you to play through your piece mid-measure. And if you have a very quick musical phrase, you can slow it down at your own pace using this technique. So that's why I'm a big fan of this technology. I just feel that it has to be made convenient for the composer to use in order for them to get the best value out of this technology. And I feel like I've made this technology very simple to use, and that's key. Take a look for yourself. And I also want to point out that the playback is in Music Jotter's prototype. So what you're seeing is going to be from the prototype that I designed from around the 2014 to 2017 era. So this is going to be the potential playback of Music Jotter's new iteration. So I just want you to be clear with that. So the graphics are not going to be the greatest, but that's only because it's from a completely different era of Music Jotter, which was way before the cloud version that I'm developing today. And just as a reminder for a quick reference, this is what the MIDI file sounds like. Okay, so now let's listen to the actual rendering.